Welcome to the channel Coin Star, coin collectors and treasure hunters. If you're passionate about coins, rare finds, or the thrill of discovering hidden gems in your pocket change, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into the incredible story of a tiny coin that has rocked the numismatic world, the 1 dime 2003 Liberty USA coin, a coin that on the surface appears to be worth just 10 cents, but has stunned collectors by reaching an astronomical value of $12 million, 120 million times more than its face value, all because of a perfect storm of errors, mistakes, and unique mint mark anomalies that make it one of the rarest and most desirable coins in existence. To the casual eye, a 2003 dime might seem like just another piece of pocket change, tossed aside or dropped in a tip jar without a second thought. But for coin experts, this particular edition carries the kind of traits that ignite bidding wars and send shockwaves through auction houses worldwide. First, let's understand what makes a coin like this reach such stratospheric value. It's not just about age or condition, although those factors certainly play a role. It's about the rare combination of minting errors, production mishaps, and historical significance that turns an ordinary coin into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. The 2003 dime, minted in Philadelphia, is believed to be part of an extremely limited batch that experienced multiple overlapping errors during the minting process, and these types of coins are sometimes referred to as error dimes, a broad category that includes off-center strikes, double dies, misaligned dies, clipped planchets, and incorrect planchet compositions. And the 2003 dime in question is said to contain not just one or two of these anomalies, but a rare mix of several, making it a true freak of numismatic nature. Collectors have identified examples of the 2003 dime with doubled lettering on the word Liberty and In God We Trust, as well as date doubling, which occurs when the die strikes the coin twice slightly out of alignment, creating a shadow-like effect on the numbers and letters. This kind of doubling is already enough to drive up a coin's value, especially if it's clearly visible and authenticated by experts. But this isn't the only surprise hidden in this particular dime. Some rare specimens also exhibit what is known as a no-edge reading error, meaning the edge of the coin, which is typically ridged, appears completely smooth. This occurs when a coin is accidentally struck without the collar die in place, and it's an error that's both uncommon and highly prized. Even more mind-blowing are those rare 2003 dimes that feature planchet errors. Planchets are the blank metal discs that coins are struck on, and some of these dimes were reportedly struck on experimental planchets made of different metal compositions, possibly even foreign planchets intended for other countries' coins, resulting in a weight discrepancy and unique coloration that makes these dimes instantly stand out to trained eyes and metal analyzers. But perhaps the most important and mysterious feature contributing to the $12 million price tag is a rare mint mark error. The P mint mark, which signifies the Philadelphia Mint, is either misaligned, missing, or struck in an unusual location on some of these coins, suggesting a highly limited number were produced during a minting malfunction or even during a transition between production batches, adding to the intrigue and rarity. Coins with misaligned or missing mint marks are exceptionally rare and always command a premium. The fact that this occurred on a 2003 dime, a relatively modern coin, is both shocking and exciting to collectors who assumed that such significant errors were largely a thing of the past. Moreover, the provenance of this specific high-value coin plays a massive role in its legendary status. Rumor has it that the $12 million specimen was discovered by a young collector going through rolls of dimes from a bank, which instantly turned a casual hobby into a life-changing moment of fortune, and since its discovery, this coin has become the subject of study, debate, and admiration among collectors, grading experts, and historians alike. The 2003 dime also benefits from the modern era of coin authentication and certification, where grading agencies like PCGS and NGC meticulously examine coins for error types, strike quality, luster, and other elements, and once a coin like this receives a high grade, particularly in the MS, mint state, or even the elusive MS 70 category, it becomes a prized asset that can command huge sums at auctions or private sales. But why would a coin like this fetch $12 million, which is more than the price of many luxury homes or even private jets? It comes down to a combination of scarcity, condition, collector demand, and the legendary status it achieves through media exposure and numismatic fame. In a world where rare art and vintage cars can sell for tens of millions, it's no surprise that coins, which are small historical artifacts with government backing and legal tender status, can also soar to dizzying values, especially when there's only one or a handful in existence. The story of this dime is also a powerful reminder that extraordinary value can be hiding in the most ordinary places: your wallet, your pocket, a coin jar in the kitchen, or a forgotten roll of coins in a drawer might just contain a treasure waiting to be uncovered, and the thrill of that possibility is what keeps collectors, young and old, engaged in this timeless hobby. The existence of the $12,000,000 2003 P dime has reinvigorated the coin collecting community, spurred countless searches through bank rolls and change drawers, and inspired a new generation of collectors to look closer, learn about minting processes, and understand what makes a coin truly rare and valuable. It's not just about age, it's about errors, anomalies, and historical context. Coins like the 2003 P dime represent the perfect storm of numismatic factors: striking errors, mint mark oddities, mysterious origins, and authenticated rarity, all wrapped into a coin that most people would overlook without a second thought. This is what makes the world of coin collecting so endlessly fascinating. You never know when a simple dime might turn out to be a multimillion-dollar artifact. So next time you receive change, take a closer look, because you might be holding the next $1,000,000 find in your hand. Thanks for watching and being part of this incredible journey through history, value, and discovery. Keep collecting, keep learning, and who knows, your lucky coin might be closer than you think. Today's video, where we dive into the astonishing story of a seemingly ordinary coin that has taken the world of collectors by storm, the 1-cent 2008 Liberty USA coin, a small copper-plated treasure whose face value of just 1 cent hides a jaw-dropping potential worth of up to $12,000,000 due to its incredibly rare errors, striking anomalies, and historical minting mistakes that have elevated it from pocket change to a numismatic legend. So sit back, grab your magnifying glasses, and let's explore every twist and turn in the fascinating journey of this remarkable coin that has captivated both casual collectors and serious investors around the globe, sparking bidding wars, headlines, and an endless search for hidden gems lurking in old jars, drawers, and long-forgotten coin rolls. Because what makes the 2008 D penny so extraordinary isn't just its date or its standard appearance, but the secret imperfections stamped into its metallic surface, imperfections that were never meant to exist: mint mark misplacements, double dies, planchet flaws, and striking inconsistencies that went undetected by quality control at the Denver Mint, slipping past inspections and quietly entering circulation before sharp-eyed collectors began noticing the oddities. And once the rumors began to spread about a rare 2008 D penny with a strange shimmer, an unusual die clash, or a mint mark that didn't quite sit right under a microscope, a treasure hunt was sparked that led coin experts and hobbyists to uncover a handful of these defective coins, coins that exhibit a variety of anomalies ranging from off-center strikes, broad strikes, and die cracks to more extreme errors such as missing layers, rotated dies, and even phantom lettering that suggests serious mishandling during the minting process, errors which, when verified and authenticated by grading services like PCGS and NGC, instantly multiply the coin's value from a single cent to thousands, hundreds of thousands, or in rare cases like the ultra-rare 2008 D, millions of dollars, especially when combined with other factors like pristine condition, full red coloration, and sharply detailed Lincoln features, all of which enhance desirability in the eyes of elite collectors and auction houses that thrive on ultra-rare specimens with backstories. And while many pennies from 2008 bear the usual characteristics expected from the Denver Mint's massive production runs, totaling billions of coins, the tiny fraction of those which contain these high-level, high-impact errors are so statistically rare that the chance of finding one is like hitting the lottery, and it is this incredible rarity that drives the astronomical prices we're now seeing in private sales and international auctions, with reports of a singular 2008 D penny error coin being sold quietly to a private collector for an estimated $12,000,000. Yes, $12,000,000 for a penny, and what makes this coin so desirable isn't just a single error but a combination of anomalies so unique that it is believed to be one of a kind, exhibiting a dramatically misaligned die strike, doubling on the date and lettering, a visible die crack stretching across Lincoln's face, and most shockingly, a mint mark that appears ghosted or punched in a way inconsistent with standard Denver mint practices of the time, leading experts to conclude that this particular coin was produced during a moment of serious mechanical malfunction or transitional experimentation, possibly during a short window when mint equipment was being recalibrated, and such windows of chaos at the mint often result in the most collectible error coins in U.S. history, as has been proven with the famous 1955 double die cent, the 1943 copper penny, or the 1969 double die obverse, all of which are valued in the hundreds of thousands to millions, yet none of those carry the same combination of rarity, error variety, condition, and mystery as the 2008 D anomaly, and it's this perfect storm of variables that creates an environment where serious collectors are willing to spend millions for the honor of owning a piece of U.S. minting history, a flawed masterpiece that escaped destruction and now stands as a symbol of the unpredictable magic hidden within coin collecting, because while face value is defined by the U.S. Treasury, market value is dictated by scarcity, demand, and historical importance, and in the case of the 2008 D penny, it's not just an error coin. It's a cultural phenomenon, a conversation starter, and a tangible link to the inner workings and occasional failings of our national currency system, giving us all hope that we too might stumble across a fortune in the form of a small, reddish-brown disc hiding in plain sight, perhaps in change returned from a grocery store, tucked away in an old desk drawer, or buried in a childhood coin collection long forgotten, and so the question becomes, how can you tell if your 2008 D penny might be worth a fortune, and the answer lies in close, careful inspection using high-resolution magnification, studying the date for doubling, the mint mark for misalignment or fading, the coin's edge for signs of broad strike or partial collar errors, and the obverse and reverse for any unusual texture, clash marks, or signs of delamination, and if you find anything that appears out of the ordinary, your next step is to have the coin authenticated by a reputable third-party grading service, which will assess the coin's legitimacy, condition, and market appeal, because without authentication, even the most spectacular error coin won't fetch its true value on the market, and once certified, you'll be able to attract the attention of serious collectors, investors, and auction houses all eager to compete for a slice of numismatic history, because in today's world, where inflation is rising and traditional investments can be uncertain, ultra-rare coins have become an increasingly attractive store of value, with record-breaking prices being achieved year after year, and with media attention surrounding incredible finds like the 2008 D penny, a whole new generation of collectors is being inspired to check their change and enter the thrilling world of coin hunting, where the next million-dollar discovery might be waiting just beneath the surface of everyday transactions, reminding us all that even the humblest objects, like a 1-cent coin minted in 2008, can hold immense hidden value, not just in terms of money but in the stories they carry, the history they represent, and the mysteries they reveal, and as long as coins continue to be struck, circulated, and collected, there will always be the possibility of rare errors slipping into the world, silently waiting to be discovered, studied, and celebrated, so keep your eyes open, your curiosity sharp, and your magnifying glass close, because you never know when the next 2008 D penny might cross your path and change your life forever. Fellow coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters, where today we dive deep into one of the most astonishing and jaw-dropping stories in the world of numismatics, a story about a humble-looking $quarter 1988 P Liberty USA coin that has stunned collectors, historians, and investors alike by reaching an unimaginable worth of $12 million in the collector's market. That's right, from a face value of just 25 cents to a staggering valuation that could change someone's life overnight, this coin holds a tale of mystery, history, error, and fortune that you simply can't afford to miss. So grab your magnifying glasses, dust off your old coin collections, and stay tuned as we explore everything you need to know about the 1988 P quarter and why it has become one of the most expensive and rare coins ever found in circulation. To understand the true value and significance of this coin, we need to first consider its historical context. Minted in the year 1988, this coin carries the iconic obverse image of George Washington, the first President of the United States, which has adorned the quarter since 1932. But unlike the millions of standard quarters minted for daily transactions, this particular 1988 P coin possesses characteristics that make it extraordinarily unique. The letter P signifies it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is notorious among collectors for occasionally releasing coins with fascinating anomalies. Although the Philadelphia Mint produced a massive number of coins in 1988, over 562 million quarters to be precise, the chances of finding a rare variation among them is akin to winning the lottery. Yet this very coin, hiding in plain sight, found its way into the hands of an observant collector who recognized that something was drastically different. The first major aspect that elevated this coin's worth was the presence of a mint mark error. Normally, the P mint mark would appear in a precise, clearly defined position. However, in this particular coin, the mint mark was misaligned, slightly off-center and bearing characteristics that indicate it was applied using a faulty or damaged die. But it doesn't stop there. Experts have determined that the mint mark may have been hand-punched, a practice that ended in the late 1980s, meaning that inconsistencies in placement, size, and depth were not entirely unusual. Still, in this coin's case, the irregularity was so stark and unusual that it became a topic of intense debate and study in the numismatic world. Further magnification and analysis revealed striking errors on the reverse side of the coin as well. The eagle, typically strong, symmetrical, and fierce-looking, appeared somewhat distorted, with uneven feather details and striking inconsistencies in the talons and wings. Die polishing lines were also visible, suggesting that the coin had gone through an imperfect minting process involving a worn-out or overused die. Moreover, there appeared to be doubling on the letters, especially around the words United States of America and E pluribus unum, which is a classic indicator of a double die error. This alone could significantly boost a coin's value, but in combination with the mint mark anomaly and the unusual details across both sides, it placed this coin into a league of its own. Additionally, the edge of the coin, often ignored by casual collectors, also revealed clues to its rare nature. Slight reading variations and what appeared to be a partial collar strike indicated it might have been misaligned during minting. All these errors combined created a perfect storm of numismatic rarity. What makes this even more remarkable is that these types of minting mistakes are often destroyed during quality checks at the mint. However, in extremely rare cases, either due to oversight, employee error, or pure accident, such coins manage to escape into circulation. In the case of the 1988 P quarter, not only did it escape, but it managed to remain unnoticed for decades before being discovered and authenticated. After confirmation from top grading companies like PCGS and NGC, the coin was certified as a unique minting error with no known identical versions. It was then placed into high-profile auctions where elite collectors and investors competed with relentless bids, eventually pushing the coin's price tag to an astonishing $12 million. This unprecedented valuation was not only based on its rarity and error types but also on its pristine condition. Graded as MS-68, the coin was virtually untouched by circulation, preserving all of its defining errors with sharpness and clarity. Experts agree that the likelihood of another identical 1988 P quarter surfacing with all the same errors in equally mint condition is nearly zero, which is why collectors were willing to pay such a premium. The fame of this coin has since exploded, becoming a legend in coin collecting circles, the subject of magazine features, YouTube videos, and social media buzz. But what makes this story even more compelling is the idea that a coin this valuable could still be out there, tucked in an old jar, dropped between couch cushions, forgotten in a car's cup holder, or mixed in with everyday pocket change. This possibility has reignited interest in error coins and encouraged thousands of people to start hunting through their own coins in hopes of finding the next million-dollar treasure. So what exactly should you look for if you're checking your own 1988 P quarters? First, examine the mint mark under a microscope or magnifying glass. Look for any signs of misalignment, inconsistent depth, or abnormalities in shape and spacing. Next, inspect the reverse side of the coin, especially the eagle's wings, feathers, and claws. Any distortion or doubling could be a red flag. Don't forget to check the edges for reading patterns and signs of a collar error. And of course, condition matters. Coins that have been well preserved or kept away from wear and tear are far more valuable than those with scratches and nicks. The key to success in the world of coin collecting often lies in attention to detail, patience, and a bit of luck. It's stories like the 1988 P quarter that keep the passion alive for collectors around the world, proving that even the smallest objects can hold incredible secrets and unimaginable value. So if you're holding on to a handful of quarters right now, maybe it's time to give them a second look, because who knows, you might be sitting on a fortune. This particular coin has now become a symbol of what's possible in the realm of rare and error coins, where history, mystery, and money converge in the most unexpected ways. Whether you're a seasoned collector, a curious beginner, or just someone fascinated by the hidden stories of everyday items, the 1988 P quarter is a reminder that treasures still exist all around us, sometimes disguised as ordinary objects waiting to be discovered. The quest for coins like these has even sparked entire communities of hobbyists and researchers who exchange information, post finds online, and support each other in this rewarding pursuit. Auction houses, grading companies, and numismatic forums continue to track down and verify such coins, with high-end collectors paying more than market value just for the chance to own a piece of history. Some investors are even using coins like the 1988 P quarter as tangible assets to diversify their portfolios, treating them like rare art or vintage wine, appreciating with time and always in demand. And while it's true that not every coin with a scratch or mark is worth millions, the potential for discovery and the thrill of the hunt make the effort worthwhile. So as we wrap up this fascinating journey through one of the most valuable quarters ever discovered, we encourage you to stay alert, stay curious, and most importantly, never underestimate the power of a small coin to change your life forever. The 1988 P quarter started as a common currency, something to buy a soda or make a call, but through a twist of fate and an incredible set of minting errors, it became a record-breaking marvel that now sits at the top of the numismatic world. Keep your eyes open, your collection safe, and your passion strong, because who knows, the next $12 million coin might just be waiting for you in your pocket.